Welcome to Kaliari Yachay, Center of Ancestral Wisdom. Marco was born and raised in the Ecuadorian jungle. He learned Spanish when he came out of the jungle at the age of 9. He grew up with the knowledge of traditional medicines and the legends of his father from the Andua tribe and his mother from the Quichua tribe. Myself and Jesse are temporary volunteers helping Marco. We are also thankful to the Colectivo Aini for their contribution. The mission is to create a center to share with others the ancestral wisdom of the Amazon in the field of medicines, as well as create employment to support the indigenous culture in the surrounding community. The vision. We see a sacred place with the primary forest behind that has a lot of energy. We see people that maintain a healthy lifestyle without taking drugs or alcohol to keep their energy pure. The energy of nature is alive, and to enter this space, great respect is needed. In this space, ayahuasca rituals are performed, and the sacred space needs to be maintained. Marco's inspiration comes from seeing that there are many diseases that Western medicine cannot solve. When these diseases cannot be solved with Western medicine, then alternative medicine that is based on ancestral wisdom is sought out. We find this wisdom in the Pachamama, everything that is terrestrial. The goals are to create a space to practice and teach ancestral medicine, demonstrate those around health, environmental, and economic benefits of syntrophic agroforestry. Integrating permaculture practices, traditional indigenous ways of life, and modern science can drastically improve people's lives. Create jobs for people and promote local tourism, the economy, and conscious crafts. Preserving indigenous values and knowledge, cultural, ethnobotanical, mythological, show people the importance of primary forest. Marco's property is half a hectare. His sister property is 50 hectares in total. 5 hectares is secondary forest and 45 hectares is primary forest. It is located in a natural, highly touristic area. There is access to modern conveniences such as electricity and internet. The Copatasa River with streams are found throughout the property. An area of high diversity contains endangered species. Observation. It is between Puyo and Macas. It is windy in August, September. The wind blows from east to west. Lots of rain, 87 inches annual average. Humidity, June is the highest, 88%. There is a spring nearby, 30 centimeters of humus. On the other side of the road, neighbors do agriculture. They plant coffee, plantains, potatoes, yucca, and another neighbor is dedicated to pigs. Around here, there is a volleyball court, an indoor football field, an organic fertilizer factory, a viewpoint, all within a 5-minute walk. 2-minute walk, there are 2 small shops, a bus stop, and primary forest. The main road came around 1975, and before it was primary jungle. Pastaza is the greenest province of Ecuador, located at an altitude of approximately 950 meters above sea level, next to the Puyo River. Puyo is the capital of the Pastaza province. It is the cradle of the 7 indigenous nationalities: Quichua, Andoa, Shuar, Shiwar, Zaparos, Waoronis, and Achuar. In the Amazon, inadequate land management is one of the greatest threats to the preservation of the rainforest and the maintenance of a healthy ecosystem. Natural vegetation is typically cut and burned as methods of clearing land for cultivation, monoculture purposes, and animal agriculture. After a few years, when the land becomes infertile, the farmer moves to a new plot and does the same thing. This process is repeated over and over by small and large landowners for the implementation of basic parks and extensive pastures. This results in a short-lived production due to rapid depletion of soil nutrients and has negative effects on the environment. At the local level, it is causing the extinction of both plant and animal species, thus decreasing the region's biodiversity and impoverishing its ecosystems. The traditional and continuing practice of changing cultivated area to monocultures after nutrient depletion is now increasingly recognized as the root cause of deforestation and decreased food security on smallholder farms in the Amazon region. With the increase in population, this system is no longer capable of feeding all the people in the region. Therefore, the sustainable management of agriculture land is a great challenge for those that care about the health of the rainforest ecosystem. The solution. The key to sustainable agriculture is that the agroecosystem must maintain the biological diversity, productivity, regenerative capacity, vitality, and functional capacity so that it can fulfill today and in the future important ecological objectives, economic and social functions through local, national, and at the global level, not harming other ecosystems. Cultural and ethnobotanical exchange. The mission is to replace extraction cultures with reciprocity and abundance, with workshops such as classes of indigenous languages, cultural dance, narrative and cosmovision, crafts, knowledge of medicinal plants, indigenous sciences, art and painting, cooking methods, construction techniques, walks through the jungle. There are also retreats and experiences such as retreat with ayahuasca, survival school, ecotherapy. Supporting artisans and organic farmers. The market promotes the local economy and facilitates small farmers, artisans, and local entrepreneurs who have had to resort to lowering the prices to compete with larger industries. Phases of implementation. Little to no money. Focus on projects with the community such as building and bartering, the concept of sharing and exchanging tools and resources. Example, exchange of state and experience for time as a volunteer. Community, a community center for study and volunteer work and work outside. Economy, alternative way of looking at work, resources and money, exchange of energy and time. Materials, food, labor used as currency. Food, barter, trade, grow by propagation. Phase 2, monetary use of resources for civil development and larger projects. More tools, experiment with natural construction earthworks, build more community centers. Community, common tools library, preservation of culture, economy, sale of retreat services with medicinal plants, survival school, indigenous knowledge school, source of work with locals. Food, grow most food. Phase 3, expansion. Using the experience that spans from little or no money to a prosperous internal economy, we will be able to teach other individuals how to do the same with the concepts of Aini. This teaches independence and flexibility for the generations to come, a model of survival and reciprocity. Protect communities, small and large, from economic and cultural crisis or collapse. Replicate these principles in specific places of each environment in their cultural, political, geographical, and environmental expressions. Provide people with a more sustainable life while protecting the ancient wisdom and culture of the area. We want to create a sovereign economic environment for applying the model of financial permaculture, one that takes a whole system approach to the economy. This principle is based on investing in what unites us while respecting our diversity. Current economic situation of the community, sources of income, logging, market stalls, tourism, military, mining companies, government grants, low salaries. The locals are not connected with their traditional experience and wisdom, only a modest amount of ecotourism. Future economic plan through Aini. Circular economy based on economic and energy systems of Aini and Minga. The goal is to make the community economically resilient and sovereign. Ecotourism and ecoeducation in the center. Accommodation, rental, financial, exchange of indigenous ethnobotanical knowledge that would return to the local community. The project will start with limited funds to maximize the use of materials and local volunteers to build a center. We will then look for potential impact investors that are aligned with our mission and vision. Traditional architecture, traditional huts with jungle materials lasts 15 years. Water, utilizing stainless metal roofs will allow the collection of water, filtered to remove solids, boiled to ensure drinkability, stored in clay jars or reused industrial containers, natural spring available on the property. The food system. Various agroforestry systems and techniques will be used. Methodology of indigenous chakras. Solutions for home gardens such as banana circles. The space of these plantations will be cleared using indigenous burning methods that produces biochar. Chickens will be kept for both feed and waste management. Syntrophic agroforestry. Both native and selected exotic plants, carefully organized to minimize niche competition, maximizing productivity, allows for efficient harvesting and maintenance. Perennial arrangements mimic the jungle, 7-layer wood forest. Annual farming can be nested within perennial tree system through alley cropping. Maximize the diversity of benefits, uses, and values. Animals in the system, supporting wildlife. Hummingbird arch, bees, view, and wild bird houses, garden flowers for insects. One chicken can produce 8 pounds of manure per month. One chicken fertilizes up to 50 square feet in 6 to 8 weeks. Helps turn the compost pile, use their manure to create compost from leaves. It's a source of nitrogen, large spreaders, garbage disposal, anything a human can eat, a chicken can eat. Current situation, chickens are not protected from wild animals. Future situation, a system where chickens will have stacking rows, some chickens will have permanent home, and some will have chicken tractors so they can rotate and fertilize different parts of the land that was once a cow pasture and where the soil can run out. Waste management. Try to minimize plastic waste. Use and value renewable resources and services. There is no waste. Everything has a purpose. Try not to produce waste. Everything is biodegradable, becomes compost. It is used to enrich the soil. Food waste. Chickens take care of that. Permaculture ethics and how they apply to the design. Observe. Design based on mutualistic relationship with nature. Observing indigenous traditions and interacts in a respectful manner. Trapping and storing energy. Growing our own food, solar energy, and storing energy, but with biomass in the form of compost. Earn a return. Grow and harvest our own food, make our own botanicals, and teach permaculture classes. Apply self-regulation and accept feedback. See how the community responds to our activities. Use small and slow solutions. Build a nutrient-rich soil that suits the property to work on it. Diversity of use and value. Variety of plants, but also of people working together towards a similar goal. Brings the best of both worlds. The edge, where Western thought meets traditional knowledge and wisdom. Creatively use and respond to change. Think holistically to make the project self-sustaining, diversify to be adaptable, and build strong relationships. Caring for the land, caring for the people, and generating surpluses in time, money, and energy. Thank you for your support.